Dogs are great, aren't they? They're cute, they're cuddly, and they cheer us up when we're down, and they love encouraging us to go outside and get some exercise. If you've got a dog at home, then you know that they're essentially your child, and you do anything to protect them. Now, most dog owners are responsible and spend most of their time spoiling their furry children with comfy beds, toys, and treats. However, sometimes you can harm your dog without even knowing it. If you're truly a responsible dog owner, you'll want to learn about these common mistakes right away. That's why today we're bringing you the top 10 ways you harm your dog unintentionally. Number 10. Choosing the wrong collar. Choosing the wrong collar can hurt your dog more than you'd expect. For starters, there are many different types of collars to choose from, and you have to make sure that the one you pick is right for your dog's age and habits. Flat collars are best suited for puppies since they come with a buckle that you can use to adjust as your dog grows. Just like a pair of sweatpants, this kind of collar can suit your dog through thick and thin, literally. Second, we have breakaway collars, perfect for dogs that spend most of their time outdoors. Breakaway collars make it easy for you to detach your dog from their leash so they can run around and play. If your puppy is a regular explorer, then he'll love this collar. Thirdly, we have unique collars for dog training. These types of collars are great if your dog is in obedience school. It may be time for a collar change if they're not in obedience school, since they can restrain and harm your pup. Lastly, we have harnesses, which are perfect for dogs who are always on the move. Other types of collars can hurt your dog when they move since they pull on their neck, but with harnesses, it's easier for the dog to run around and enjoy their surroundings. Now, let's say you've already found the type of collar that's perfect for your dog. How are you supposed to know if it fits them comfortably? Well, if you have a small to medium-sized dog, then you should be able to slip 2 of your fingers comfortably under their collar. If you've got a giant dog, then 1 finger should be enough. However, you must check the tightness of their collar every so often, especially if your dog's eating habits change. Number 9. Leaving your dog inside a car. This may seem like a no-brainer. Everyone knows you can't leave a dog locked inside a hot car, right? Well, it turns out this fact is not only true for hot climates, but cold ones too. The truth is that the temperature inside of a car can increase over 20 degrees after just 10 minutes in the sun. So even if it doesn't feel that hot for you, it'll feel suffocating for your dog. Now, you can leave the window open, but that can allow your dog to jump out of the car and wander off, and you definitely don't want that. This is why it's always best to take your dog out of the car when you run errands, or just leave them at home if possible. Number 8. Forgetting to brush your dog's teeth. While this may seem like a pointless activity because your dog likes to chew through everything, brushing your dog's teeth is essential for health and well-being. Dogs need their teeth brushed just as much as humans do, but unlike humans, they can't do it by themselves. Brush 3 times a week, but try to get your dog accustomed to brushing daily. This will ensure that your dog's teeth and gums are healthy and strong. Be sure to also avoid using one of your old toothbrushes when caring for your dog's teeth. Human-sized toothbrushes and toothpaste have stiff bristles and compounds that will hurt your dog's gums. This is why it's much better to use special dog toothbrushes you can get at your local pet store or veterinarian. You can even have fun and buy your dog some chicken-flavored toothpaste so they can enjoy their teeth brushing time. Number 7. Giving human food to your dog. We've all done this at one point in our lives. You don't like the food you're eating at a friend's house, so you slip some of it under the table to the dog. It sounds innocent and the dog might like it. But as you probably know, this isn't always a great idea. It turns out that pretty much all human foods contain ingredients that could potentially make dogs sick. Foods like candy, for example, contain artificial sweeteners that can upset your dog's stomach and make them vomit. Some foods may be acidic and you can harm your dog's liver. Eating scraps can also teach your dog lousy begging habits. You know when you're enjoying a nice sandwich after a long day of work and your dog looks at you with those big brown eyes like it's never eaten anything in his life. Well, that's a begging habit, and it's not fun for anyone, so keep your dog away from human food. Number 6. Bringing your puppy to the dog park. While this may seem like another harmless activity, bringing your tiny pup to the dog park can be a very stressful experience for them. Many dogs, especially adult dogs, are passive carriers of disease and can transmit them to other dogs without knowing it. This puts your little puppy at risk, since they can get diseases passed down from adult dogs and come home feeling sick. In addition to potentially getting sick, bringing your puppy to a large dog park is not always the best idea. A dog that plays with others might get hurt, especially if your dog is small and the other dogs in the area are much larger in size. Older dogs usually play rougher than a pup is accustomed to, and they may unintentionally harm them. This is why it is always better to take your puppy on walks until they're old enough to play with the big boys. Number 5. Using physical punishment. Your dog can be your best friend, but let's face it, they can also be a massive headache at times. Have you ever had your dog pee on your brand new carpet or chew on your favorite pair of shoes? If the answer is yes, then you know how angry you can feel in that moment. This part is why many people think that hitting their dogs or lightly smacking them after doing something wrong is an appropriate way to discipline them. As it turns out, hitting your dog doesn't actually teach them anything other than to be afraid of you. A dog that regularly gets hit will hide, pee in random places, or freeze when you're near them out of horror. I mean, what would you do if a tall stranger suddenly smacked you across the face? You'd be pretty scared, right? The same thing happens to dogs, so please don't hit them. Other forms of discipline are far more effective and less harmful. Number 4. Not giving them enough stimulation. Just like humans, dogs can get bored pretty quickly, so it's essential to give them plenty of stimulation throughout the day. Taking your dog out for a walk is a fun, simple and fantastic way to do this. When you take your dog out on a walk, you are not only making sure they get exercise, but you're also exposing them to all sorts of new sounds, textures, and smells that stimulate your dog's brain. Bringing your dog out enough will also help them feel comfortable with other dogs, people, and their surroundings. This point is also great if you have a dog that chews on everything. Dogs tend to do this because they're bored, so they find stimulation in other ways. Take your dog for a long daily walk if you find them constantly being mischievous around the house. Number 3. Not securing your dog in the car. People usually forget this, but pets should be secured in a vehicle too. They have the same injury risk as a human in the event of an accident. Make sure to secure your dog to ensure its safety. You can use a harness, seatbelt, or a carrier, among other items. If this isn't possible, try to avoid taking your dog on long car rides. We know there's nothing like going on a nice cruise with your best buddy by your side, but your dog's safety should always come first. Number 2. Yelling when your dog does something wrong. Similar to physically striking your dog, yelling is both cruel and ineffective. Dogs don't understand human language, so yelling won't make them obedient, it'll just make them scared and confused. They won't respond well if you're abusive like this. Raising your voice may actually seem like it works in the moment, but only because your dog is scared, not because they actually understand what's happening. Number 1. Skipping flea, tick, and worming treatment. Going to the vet can be a pain for both humans and dogs alike, but the truth is that it's necessary. While you may have read online you can skip flea treatments during the winter, you should still be safe and run these treatments anyway. If you've ever had a pet with fleas, you'll know what we mean. Dogs unfortunately can't protect themselves from these pests. They rely on you to know what's best for them, so do right by your pooch and provide them with the necessary treatments. We guarantee in the end you'll both be happy and pest-free. So if you learned something new or want to spread the word out, give us a like and subscribe and share this video. We are truly thankful for your support. Don't forget to let us know what other tips you would give in the comments section below. See you next time.